I'd like to answer the question, on a field, what is the two options data type? So I'm on an account form here in the customization area. I'm going to click New Field. And one of my options is two options. And as opposed to an option set, where there can be a long list of options to pick from, in this case there are only two options. And by default there's no and there's yes. And there's no ability to add anything beyond no and yes. But I could change the label from no to false, and yes to true, or I could say true, false, yes, no, black, white. Now the black, white example brings up an excellent point, where if you pick black and white, but later you want to add red, on the two option set, there's no way to convert, on the two options type, there's no way to convert it to an option set where you could add a third type like red. So be absolutely certain that there are only two options like on, off, true, false, yes, no, and that there never is the possibility that there'll be a third option. Otherwise, you're in for a little bit of a nightmare doing a data migration from the two options to a three option set. It's possible, but it's not particularly pleasant. I should also point out that there's a default value down here. It's always set to false, but you could set it to something else. I'm going to quickly change my yes to true. And you can see I could set my default to true, and then it would be up to the individual user to log in to the record and change it from true to false if that was the case. There is no way on a two option set to have a null value in it. So either it is true or it is false. There's no way to have a blank value, so you're forced to have a default value in the field. Also something to consider when comparing two options versus option sets. Option sets don't have to have a record in it by default.